and we lead in the, I was going to say Carabao Cup final. It's not the Carabao Cup final. It's the Copa del Rey. It's more like the FA Cup final. It's I nearly called it the Carabao Cup again. What is going on with my brain? Copa del Rey final. Thank you. How's it going, everyone? My name is Stu and welcome to my Deportivo La Coruña save here on Football Manager 2024. Thank you for joining me in today's video, which is part number 63, in which we're changing the plan. The plan was going to be quarter-final of the Champions League second leg, followed by some La Liga game. Well, two things have happened. Number one, we battered the team that we were playing in the quarter-final in the first leg 5-0. Not really worth showing you the second leg at that point. So I've decided to move that. So we're moving that away and replacing it with what would be the second game in today's video, which was going to be a random La Liga game, except I forgot about the Copa del Rey. Now, I can't remember in the last episode whether we had already got through to the Copa del Rey final. We hadn't, actually. So it wasn't an option at this point. But we have got through to the Copa del Rey final. Hence the tie. We're going to be playing in that first against Barcelona. It don't get easy, does it? So we're going to be playing that, and then we're going to be playing the second leg of the Champions League semi-final against Barcelona, because of course it would also be against... We had Real Madrid twice last season. We're going to have Barcelona twice this season. It's only fair. So those are the two games, Barca and Lona, because why not? And if you're excited to see how we get on against the Catalan Giants, don't forget to leave a big like on the video for me, and don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so. Put a big smile on this face right here. What's not to love? If you haven't watched the save before, welcome. Go and put your feet up. Hope you relax. Hope you have a lovely time. If you want to catch up on everything that's happened in the save so far, there is a lot of it, but it's very entertaining, I assure you. Have a look up there. So, since you were last with us, it's been good. It's been very, very good. So, Galatasaray was here. Mallorca was here. Haven't dropped any points, haven't lost any games, haven't drawn any games since then, including, crucial to today's episode, beat Barcelona in the league, which does mean at the moment, as it stands, this is how the league table is looking. Real Madrid lead by a point. Note, games played. Real Madrid have started to slip up. They are no longer unbeaten. They are slipping a little bit. So we have got the opportunity to get ahead of them if we win our game in hand. Now, well, I won't dwell on this too much because this won't be for today's video, but are running in the league. Valladolid, Zaragoza, both very winnable. Valencia, tough, but we should win it. It's at home as well. Sociedad, tough away game. That will be a bit tough. Sevilla could be a bit of a banana skin. Osasuna should be an easy win. Girona would be a challenge. Real Madrid, on the other hand, who, of course, we lost the last time we played against them, because, of course, we did. Who have they got as their running? Zaragoza, that should be winnable. Valencia, away from home, could be a sticky point. Inter in the Champions League semi-final and obviously the two legs. I mean, if we get through the Champions League semi-final and face Real Madrid in the final, I will cry. But they've got that. They've also got Sociedad at home. Difficult but winnable. Osasuna, winnable. Girona, that should be winnable, especially at home. Villarreal away from home on the last day of the season should be winnable, but could be a bit of a sticky one as well. So we've got a couple of very interesting runnings. I think we've each got enough winnable games not to mess it up, which would mean we would win, but we'll wait and see. But anyway, into the video, into the game. One bit of news I do need to bring you. Shadi Riyad is leaving us at the end of the season. He is going to Newcastle United, and he is going for the fee of £30 million up front with a further £7.5 million on instalments. Yes, I am getting my own back on all the instalments I've paid over the years. We are going to try and get some money back like that. We've got the money at the moment. There's one player I went for. It's going to be very difficult to get him because he's started to improve, and we could have got him cheaper in the summer, so I'm a bit disappointed. That's Desbois from Arsenal. I'm not going to look at him because we don't have the money at all. But this is probably going to be our transfer budget for next season, because usually if we've made money like this, that's what we end up getting, which I'm okay with. Financially, the club is doing okay. It's not doing brilliantly, but it's about where it was last season, which means it hasn't gotten worse, but we have been more financially responsible. In terms of debt and loans, transfer debt is still coming down, net debt is still coming down. It's getting better. Although this doesn't look great, it is getting better, so I'm happy with that. This season, I mean, here's a great comparison. Last season we made a loss of 42 million. This season it's £500,000. we are better than we were last season financially, and that is the main thing. Right, this is going to be the 11 for the Copa del Rey final, which we've not really given much focus on, but this is what we're going with. It's going to be Carnesecchi in goal, Martinez, Herculano, Ribel and Asnu in defence, Rodriguez, Veloso, Litzkas and Gula in the midfield, with Hojak and Salvador starting up front. Arda Gula's got 15 assists and 8 goals since joining us in January. The man's a monster. I actually think he's got one of the best kind of goal contribution records in the team outside of Salvador. I don't think he's the best. I think Wahi technically is the best, but Wahi's done it over a whole season. That ratio is insane. If we'd have had him at the start of the season, who knows what numbers he'd be. He might not be on any better numbers, but who knows? Who knows? We have to address the elephant in the room. Ilic is suspended. He had a 2-week fine, which I think means he's picked up 20 yellow cards this season? I don't know. It's only 10. Okay, it's 10. I thought it was 20. But 10 yellow cards is still a lot. So we have had a bit of a telling off of him. He is obviously suspended from this game. It's a big game, so it's probably for the best. Asnu, who's only just come back from injury, will step back in. Elia Wahi's just come back from an injury as well. Maria has also just come back from an injury. We've had a couple of injury issues, but we have dealt with it quite well, actually. So it's not too bad. Right. Copa del Rey final. We're familiar with these. We've won 2 of them. Let's go and win a 3rd, shall we? That feels like a lovely idea that probably won't end up happening. We've been very, very good in this period. Well, we've been good for the last 3 seasons, let's be honest with you. Even when we've had wobbles, we've still done really well with them. So let's just get out there and let's see what we can do. We have a good record against Barcelona this season as well. I think we won the first game before we got to January as well. We did actually, I remember that. So we beat them away from home. We've beaten them at home as well. On neutral ground, we really should be winning as well. But cup finals are a different animal. Anything could happen. Let's see what does happen, shall we? Barcelona with possession at the moment early on. We do win it back, though. They give it away. Salvador managed to win possession. We now have it with Herculano into João Veloso, Portuguese teammates, although João Veloso isn't getting called up very often. Herculano and Salvador, all of the call-ups, but Veloso, not so much. But if you can do crosses like that, he very well might earn a call-up, and we have a 43rd goal of the season for El Johnny Salvador. It's not El Johnny. I don't know why I said that. Johnny Salvador's made it 1-0. And we lead in the, I was going to say Carabao Cup final. It's not the Carabao Cup final. It's the Copa del Rey. It's more like the FA Cup final. It's I nearly called it the Carabao Cup again. What is going on with my brain? Copa del Rey final. Thank you. So, we are 1-0 ahead after my brain decided to melt. And it's very early on, so there's a lot of the game left. We could not be home and dry yet. Fati now into Pedri. Pedri gets tackled by Martinez. Yamal now with a shot goes over the bar. Again, audacious that we did at one point have an offer accepted for Pedri on a loan that would have seen him with us for 2 years. I am gutted that we've not been able to get him. However, he's 28, he's injury prone. Actually, if he was a couple of years younger, I'd be a bit more excited. I am biased towards the younger players. That could get out of context really badly. You know what I mean? I want the... stop talking, Stu. Right, it's a corner. Gula to take. Gula has been sensational. I know I keep saying it, but he really has been. The delivery on that corner was superb. We might have a goal for Herculano. It is going to be checked by VAR. I don't know whether it was offside. I wasn't really paying attention. I don't know if you can tell with the waffle I've been talking that I wasn't paying attention. I really wasn't. It's been disallowed. It's still only 1-0. Gula's corner whipped in, and it's... Is it Veloso? It's Veloso who plays offside, so it's not actually Herculano who was offside. I mean, Veloso, was he really interfering in play there? I don't know whether he was, but I am biased because I wanted the goal, but it is what it is. We have dominated this game, but it is only 1-0, and while it's only 1-0, there is always the chance that Barcelona, with a sneaky counter-attack, could make it back. Ribel does so well. Ribel is such a good second defender to have in that partnership at the back. Him and Herculano, they don't always play brilliantly together, but they have got a good partnership and they do really, really good jobs. They are the partnership now. We've got Rengifo as the backup. Riyad will do for another rotation option towards the end of the season, and then we'll just replace with, hopefully, another young talent. And what a mistake that is. Right, Veloso, Salvador to Veloso, into Hlajak, who scored some big goals recently, and he adds another one to the list. Adam Hlajek, he's capitalised from two things. Out of form, patchy, erratic behaviour from El Yawahi, and also an injury to El Yawahi. He really has capitalised. And he's just had a way of just getting in the right place at the right time, especially goals like this where he's running at the defence. He's so good at just being the finisher at the end of it. When we first signed him, was not the best finisher. He has developed though. He's got 14 finishing now. He is a deadly, deadly striker, especially if he's running on to the end of something. Maybe can't create as much, weirdly, because he can create when he's out wide. But when he's in the middle, doesn't necessarily create quite as much. And when he's in the middle, he's starting to look that little bit more lethal. He is he's our Divock Origi, to use an example, only he starts more games. That's the best example I can use. I don't really know what to say to the boys because they're all doing fantastic jobs out there. No one's let me down so far. There's time for that, don't get me wrong. There's time for it. Right, we'll just say that and we'll go again. More of the same, please, boys. Demand a bit more. Let's go and get a third. Happy days. Come on, boys. There's a big jump up in there in match momentum for Barcelona. I don't know whether it will last, but yeah, they're piling the pressure on. They've had a word at half-time, haven't they? Gula, after all of my talk, not having the best of games. Also, interestingly, the disallowed goal isn't appeared on the side. Normally, your disallowed goals do appear there, so a little bit unusual not to see that. And I thought Lamine Yamal had scored a goal back there. He has not, but I thought he had at that point. Right, I think we're at that point now. Momentum-wise is all with Barcelona. We need to make some changes, I think. Change number one, Martinez is not playing well. I'm going to bring Quindamil on, which is a weird one because he's just a youngster, but we'll bring him on. I'm going to bring on, I've just thought, I can't bring on Baskakov because I think he picked up did he pick up an injury? I don't remember what happened to Baskakov. Where is he? He did pick up an injury. He's out. There is a reason why he's not on the bench. Okay, thought it made a massive error then. So Baskakov can't come on in attacking midfield. However, let's put Veloso where he's meant to go. We're going to take Gula off. He's not had a terrible game, but he's not had the best. Let's bring Maria on and let's just give him a little bit more, give us a bit more energy in the midfield. That feels like a good plan. We'll make those two changes for now. We are tiring in that attacking third. I think El Yawahi will be the next player to come on. I just need to work out how we get him on the pitch. That's the thing. Do we bring him on for one of the strikers, Hlajek or Salvador? Bear in mind, both have scored today. Ferran Torres into Vitor Roque and Carnesecchi does the work to keep it at 2-0. Remember, there's a trophy on the line in this game. I keep forgetting. I'm just treating it as a normal game. There's a trophy on the line in this game. We need to be treating it a little bit more seriously. Right, Vitor Roque looking to cross it in. Gets it to Nunez. Nunez into Bernal. Bernal, I feel like he scored a couple of worldies against us. He doesn't on that occasion, but he did go for it. And it remains 2-0 to us. It's been all Barcelona in this half. Up until just then, it has been all Barcelona. They have recovered. Shot-wise, XG-wise, it's been all them for a little while. Right, we're going to bring on Sandoval. There is something exciting I need to show you, actually, after this. I don't know whether it will still be there, but I can at least tell you it. Right, Rodriguez is tiring. I'm going to move Herculano instead of bringing Fofana on because I want to put a half-back in. And then we're going to take Rodriguez off for Shadi Riyad. No, Rengifo. We're going to give Rengifo an opportunity. He can come on. I've got one more change. The game is still going, by the way. One more change. It's got to be El Yawahi, I think. It's just who do we take off? I'm thinking we take off Hlajek because it's Johnny Salvador. Yeah, we take off Hlajek. I mean, if both of them have the same fitness, we keep Salvador on because he's just a better player. He can do what Hlajek does, only better. Right, fire up for the last few minutes. Let's push on a little bit. It's corner to Barcelona. They've got to get 2 goals still, so they've got a lot of work to do. But equally, we need to not switch off. Maria's header out didn't really do much there. Ansu Fati now, and now Barcelona have possession. Sacha Boey, formerly a title winner with us, of course, on loan in the Barcelona team. I don't think he started. I think I would have remembered seeing him. He must have come on as a sub. Right, Ferran Torres now, whipping it in, looking for the header, Ansu Fati, and they do, in fact, have a goal back. Right, we're going to go a little bit higher in tempo. We're going to start early crossing. We're just going to try and get the ball further forward a little bit quicker. That has been coming for all of the second half. But it's funny it comes when the match momentum switches our way. But I think it might be too little too late. Unless the keeper is up. The keeper is up. Right. Carnesecchi, get it out quick. We could get a third. Doesn't matter. We do it again. Or that. Whichever way. I don't know. Question while we're lifting trophy. That for 3 or that for 3? I mean, both work, right? Either way, we've won it 3 times. Copa del Rey. I've said it for a while. This is our trophy in this save. We've won bigger stuff. But this is our trophy. This is the first one that we look like we could be serious contenders with. And we're going to lift it again. I don't know who it is lifting it. I'm assuming it's going to be Litzkas because he's vice-captain. Obviously, Ilic not available in this game. It's not Johnny Salvador. That man's not Ginger. So, we can work out it's not him. What a performance. We were great in the first half. They were better in the second. But we had touches of magic in both, which just got us through. Barcelona can feel a little bit hard done by after that second half performance. But ultimately, it's the result that matters. I mean, looking at the match stats, it was very much Barcelona's game according to the shots on... shots in general. Shots on target was still us. XG was heavily them. We didn't edge possession for once, and their passing was better. But we were just more clinical. That's what it came down to in the end. We were just more clinical. Fabulous. Why Arsenal is nervous when he's just won a trophy, I don't really know. I think he might have to have a quiet word with himself. Right, well, trophy completed. We've won yet another one. We've had to pay some money out to players, which is a bit disappointing. The board are delighted, because they always are when we win these things. We're now 5 times winners. We've won 3 of them. I'm already a legend at the club, so there's not like another category, is that? I don't think. I'm already over here. That's not going to be changing. Geli Awahi, however, is now a favoured personnel. Johnny Salvador's an icon. Chris Furic was already an icon. They're the only players, though, who we've had, along with Eliawahi, who've joined us. It's really weird. I would have expected a few more. Obviously, Lucas Perez was already here. I mean, he counts, absolutely. But I thought we might have had 1 or 2 more at this point. Maybe Herculano, but I'm a bit surprised that we don't. Anyway, that's completely off topic. Great win. Great result. We now have to go forward a few games. So we're going to play Valladolid, Zaragoza, the first leg of Barcelona, and Valencia. And then we come back for that semi-final second leg to see whether we can make it to a second Champions League final in a row. Can't say that with a straight face. Right, I'm going to take this tie off, and I will see you in a minute. If I can actually take the tie off, that would be helpful. I also got to tell you, and I did try and find the article, but it's no longer there. We've got 4 players on the Next Gen list. Next Gen 2031, the 50 best wonder kids in football. We've all seen it. We've all scouted all of the players on it. That's just what you do when you get that list come up. And we've got the 2nd best, 6th best, 7th best, and 13th best wonder kids in world football. Little old Deportivo La Coruña. We've come a long way. Sandoval is the 2nd best wonder kid in world football. Number 6 is Gueye, who is one of our actual homegrown young talents. Gomes, who we signed from Granada and loaned back to in La Liga 2. He's number 7. And number 13 is Matei, who is a Romanian 16-year-old who, again, has come through our youth ranks. 2 things we know from that. Number 1, we're good at finding talent. Number 2, we're good at developing it as well. I think we've done all right by this club. Just ignore the financial bit, but I think we've done all right. All right, then. We are back for the second leg against Barcelona. And it didn't go very well in the first leg. It was a 2-0 loss against the Catalan Giants. It was a close game. It was away from home, though, so it is what it is. But we didn't score. It's not often that we don't score. It was a tough one. It was a tough one. But, you know, it's away from home. It's only a 2-goal deficit. We can make that work. We can make that work. Other than that, we won the other games. Valladolid and Zaragoza. They were tight games, but games that we have won. And we also did beat Valencia as well in the last game before this one. Let's do it, shall we? This is going to be the 11. Bearing in mind an injury to Arda Güler. He's been out for pretty much that entire period, which has been annoying. This is the 11 we're going to be using. It's Karnasecki in goal, Martinez, Herculano, Ribel and Ilic in defence, Rodriguez, Maria, Sandoval and Baskakov in the middle with Wahi and Salvador up front. We have got Hlojek back. He has been injured, but he has only just come back. Elia Wahi did play well in the last game, but Hlojek has been in great... Well, the last couple of games he wasn't in very good form, so that was my phone dropping on the table, by the way. I don't really know. I mean, I feel like we probably go with Elia Wahi because he's in the better form at the moment. Yeah, I feel like it's Elia Wahi. Yeah, I'm going to stick to my guns. We're going to go with that. That's the 11. This for a Champions League final place, which would be against Real Madrid. We already know that. They've already played, so... Oh, God. This is going to be horrific, isn't it? Right. Come on, boy. I didn't even say anything to the attackers. Well, let's just go for it, shall we? It is the Champions League semi-final second leg. I've championed many games as being the most important games of the save. This is not the most important game of the save. Is it the most important one of the season? I don't know. I feel like as we've already won the Champions League, it probably isn't, but it feels like a really, really big game, especially coming back from a 2-0 deficit if we can do that. And an early goal would help us out. Ilic doing some really good early work here. Rodriguez to Maria into Salvador. And the man you'd bet your house on scoring the goal to get us back underway has gone and missed it. And that feels like it could be an early sign. It really does. He doesn't miss those that often, Salvador. And that makes me feel like it's not going to go our way. It just, something like that happens. He's so good, but I don't know. I just don't know why he's not had a good game. Maria, we've put into Mazzala because he's just not been good since he's been back from injury, but he wasn't particularly good before that as well. I think we're going to make 2 substitutions minimum at half time because we're playing well, but we just need to get that cutting edge, and I think some of our midfielders could help. Having said that, Maria is through here. He nearly redeemed himself, but Elia Wahi did, and it is 2-1. Overall, it's 1-0 on the day. And I have to be careful because it's 20 past 10 at night on a Thursday when I'm recording this. And I need to not be too loud because there's someone who lives behind that wall. But it is 2-1 overall to Barcelona. 1-0 to us on the night. We are back in the tie. And it's a great time to score not long before half time. And we don't need to bring on Hlojek now. Elia Wahi's up and running in this game. Baskakov is doing okay as well, as is Sandoval. Maria and Rodriguez, though, really need to sort themselves out. So I'm going to say I'm delighted. I'm going to tell them to keep it up. We're going to tell Maria and Rodriguez that I'm not happy with them. And we're just going to pull them straight away. We're not messing around here. Fofana on. Litzkas on. Big changes. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Rodriguez is a paradox. He looks like a great player, but we are struggling to get the best out of him. We need another defensive midfielder for the final season. I haven't talked about this a lot. We're going to do one more season, but it is going to be kind of a quick fire season. We need one more defensive midfielder to kind of do that. We've given the ball away there. Ansu Fati in a foot race with Herculano and Karnasecki. Karnasecki gets to it. And now Martinez with the ball. Karnasecki's back in position. That's good. Baskakov to Maria. Maria, who should be off the pitch. I kept Maria on. Why did I keep Maria on? I didn't keep Maria on. I'm sure I made that substitution. You watched me make those 2 substitutions, did you not? I'm sure we made that substitution. I mean, he's ended up giving the ball away, I think. I can't remember. I was so focused on the fact that he shouldn't be on the pitch. Ball out to Wahi now. Heavy touch from Elia Wahi, though. And now here come Barcelona again. We're going to try and get in. No, Ansu Fati's in here. He's going to try and cross it back across goal. Gets to Sabencia. Into Lamal. It's defended within an inch of its life. Litzkas has not had a good start since coming on. It's a deflected goal. And it's Jules Koundé. And it's a deflected goal. And that might be it. That might be Champions League over. Yamal gets the deflected shot here into Koundé. It's deflected. It's deflected off of this guy. Matthias Nunez. He doesn't get the goal, but he has got a figurative assist. Right, Maria. I'm sure I brought him off. No, I didn't. I brought on Litzkas, didn't I? Why did I take Sandoval off? Sandoval was doing fine. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Right, okay, well. I've ballsed this up if we don't do this. I have ballsed this up. Right, Veloso's coming on. Litzkas has not done well since he's come on. He got a yellow card straight away. I don't really want to bring on Quindamil. We're going to go with that. Right, have they made any changes? Not made a single change at the moment. We're not pressing their goalkeeper. I'm going to press both of their centre-backs. I'm going to not press Coruña because he didn't really do anything there. Pop him onto his left foot. We need to be doing something to Bernal, apparently. Is it going to go in hard on him? Yeah, let's go in hard on him. The wingers are having the game here. They are having a really, really good game. Right, I am actually going to turn Litzkas on to ease off tackles. We'll tell him to calm down as well. And, I mean, Elia Wahi's had a decent game. We'll leave it for that for the time being. I can't believe I made the wrong substitution. Litzkas didn't need to come on. That's completely on me. Let's be clear on that. That is completely on me. Right, I'm going to tell him to calm himself down. I'm going to tell Baskakov to fire up. I'm going to tell Arnau Martinez to do more, basically. And Fofana as well, demand more. Right. Well, we've got it all to do again. We're going to go attacking. We're going to do that. Let's just see what we can do. Quicker passing. Earlier crosses into the front line. Let's just see if we can get another couple of goals. We are running out of time, though. We need something to happen now. We have a highlight, but it's Barcelona with it. Kounde, who might have just settled it for Barcelona with the throw, and Barcelona in possession here. We need to get the ball off of them and go up and score. We need to do it now, so we've got enough time to get another one to take it to extra time. Right, big ball. We get the ball out of the air, but we give it away. Baskakov, he's just not the finished article. He's not as polished as someone like Gula, and he's just, in moments like that, he's just not as composed. Right, we've got possession back. Baskakov, can he prove me wrong here? Into Salvador. Salvador now. Cuts inside. He gets tackled. Fofana gets to Veloso, though. Back into Baskakov. And the composure lets him down again because he should have held on to it and passed it, and he didn't. Right, final change. What the heck do we do? What the heck do we do? I don't even know. I don't even know. We've got 2 changes left. We're going to go 3 up top. It's just how we do it. It's just the combination of how we do it. I'm taking Litzkas off for Hlojek. And we're going to do the crazy formation that I do sometimes. Don't know how often it's actually worked. We're going to do the crazy one. Get you on support. Change that to that. And for my final trick, I mean, it should be Martinez off, really, shouldn't it? Martinez or Quindamil, it really should be. Or Asnu. Do you know what? I'm going to do it for Asnu. And the reason I'm going to do it for Asnu is because Asnu, I just trust him a little bit more as a player in this option. We'll put him onto wing back as well, so these guys get forward a little bit more. And we'll just see what happens. I'm actually going to put Wahi and Hlojek the other way round. That's all we can really do. And then when I can, fire the boys up. But we're out of time. We're not going to get 2 goals now, I don't think. I think that's it. That is it. We've dominated the game as well, but Barcelona really took the wind out of us with that deflected goal. And it is going to be an all-Spanish final, but it's not going to be us in it. We are knocked out at the semi-final stage. It's a brave effort. It's a brave effort. We played well. XG was better. It's our possession and our passing that let us down a little bit. We maybe committed a few too many fouls as well. We were more clinical than them. Well, no, to be honest with you, we were kind of about as clinical as them in a way. No, not really. The math doesn't work on that. We were more clinical than them, but I am disappointed in that one, especially because it was the home leg second. The AC Milan one, we won the home leg. We battered the AC Milan in the home leg first. But there is a level of disappointment that we've been knocked out. Having said that, though, it is the Champions League. So I can forgive the fact that we've just been knocked out in the Champions League semi-final. It's the second time, I think, in our history that we've reached the Champions League semi-final. Let's take a step back and relax on it a little bit. Because normally I do go in on my teams. But to be fair, a Champions League run to get to the semi-final is not a bad thing in the slightest, even if we didn't win it. Just to look at what the run looked like as a whole. Obviously, we started against Chelsea. That was obviously the team that beat us in the Super Cup in the weird yellow card game. Lost to Man City. Won every other game up until the very last game of the league phase against Atalanta. Beating Galatasaray, PAOK, Celtic, Lille and Manchester United. It was a bit of a mismatched group stage in a way. We had two really hard teams. 4 teams in the middle that we were expected to do well against. A hard game and then an easy game. And the easy game is the one that we lost. Then we beat Galatasaray over both legs quite easily. Beat AC Milan very comfortably in the quarterfinal. Obviously, we didn't need to do the playoffs this time. But then Barcelona, we didn't beat them at all. That's revenge, isn't it, for Barcelona? That's revenge that we've beaten them twice in the league. I want to double check that, actually. Did we beat them twice in the league, or did I make that up? Let's put all competitions back on. Barcelona. I need to change this. This is all completely reset. Barcelona. Yeah, beat them 3-1. Then we beat them 1-0 later on in the season. Well, that is going to be it. We're going to have the final 2 games of the season. But, I mean, we might just show you the one. Do a quick final episode. And then get into the season review and get into the final season of the save. And it will be the final season of the save. Season 9. We are going to do a season 9 because I was umming and ahhing about that. But yeah, it will be the final season. Sorry. Full disclaimer, if I keep looking down here, I've got some shopping on the way and it's just taking forever to come. So, yeah, we will come back for, at the very least, Girona. But we might come back for Osasuna as well. Just to see whether we can lift the league title. If we haven't won it, well, when we get to the Sevilla game, we'll have a bit of a look and see how it would work out, and then I'll judge what we come back for. But that is going to do it for today's video. So until the next one, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like on there for me, and don't forget to subscribe as well. It is completely free to do so, and you put a big smile on this face right here, and my shopping is still not on its way. I've been Stu, you guys have been awesome. I'll see you next time. Cheers.